We've had some questions recently about how to download a route to your bike computer, the GPX file. I'm going to talk a little bit about that here. First, our goal is to make sure you have a safe and enjoyable riding experience. What that means is download the route directly from the Dirty FreeHub site. We often update routes and make changes to the routes for your safety and for routability. Downloading it from Strava or a Ride with GPS link provided by others does not ensure that verifiability of a route. Second, we want to talk about a way to get the route onto your phone and be on your phone such that if you're remote and have no Wi-Fi or cell phone connection, you can still reload the route onto your bike computer, into a Venza, or apps like that, so you have a secondary backup navigation method. The other thing to note is that most bike computer manufacturers no longer support computer download. What they're supporting is their proprietary app, like Garmin Connect, the Wahoo Element app, to connect the route to your phone. If you're downloading by computer, that is a legacy way to do it, to download a route. And in the future, that will not be supported. So it'd really encourage you to start looking at how to use your phone as your mechanism to download your routes. And this makes a lot of sense because your phone connects to the internet seamlessly by the cell phone connection LTE or the Wi-Fi, whatever's available. You don't have to worry about making that connection. Also, like with a Wahoo device, you have to tell it what Wi-Fi network you're on. So if you're at home, you got to tell it you're at your home network. If you're at a hotel, you got to tell it you're on a hotel network. Using the app, this is no longer in play and no longer creates problems for downloading the routes. Okay, let's get started. I'm doing this work on an iPhone 16 Pro Max with Chrome mobile browser as my default with the Wahoo Element app. It'll be similar on other iPhones or Android devices and Safari and Chrome, not exactly the same, but similar.
Okay, now I'm back at the house. At this time, I've turned on my Wahoo device. I have opened this route, Big Summit Prairie on Dirty FreeHub on my iPhone, and I'm operating in Google Chrome on mobile. I'm going to scroll down until I see the GPX download file. There's the GPX download file. I'm going to click on that. And notice at the bottom of my screen, I've got two blue icons, a down arrow and a save. I'm going to click on save. I'm going to click on files so that it saves to my files folder on my iPhone. I click save. Now from here, I can do one of two things. I can open it in the Wahoo Element app, which is Big Summit Prairie. It's going to load the route. And at this point, I will select the route. It's syncing. And you just heard my Wahoo Element beep. It is now loaded onto my Wahoo Element. And there it is. We have completed the entire transfer. I want to show one more thing here. I have the files folder on my home screen. I can click on that files folder. And if I go to on my phone, the downloads from Chrome go into this Chrome folder. I'll select the Chrome folder. You can see Big Summit Prairie. I can select that. And now by hitting the share button, I can also transfer it into the element. The beautiful thing of this is once it's downloaded to the phone, I can be out of cell phone connectivity, I can be out of Wi-Fi connectivity, and I can still load the route into the Element app, the Garmin Connect app, Onyx, or Venza. And so I have multiple ways to navigate in the field without a Wi-Fi connection or a cell phone connection. Now note, the second part of this process of loading from my phone to the Wahoo Element, that could have been done in the field without any Wi-Fi or cell phone connectivity, because that's a Bluetooth connection from the phone to the device. Or assume I'm in the field and I want to take a look at the route on a different app. I can download it directly in the field now from my phone to Avenza without a Wi-Fi connection or without any cell phone connectivity. It's a straight Bluetooth transfer. We highly encourage this method of downloading routes to your bike computer of use the phone, not the computer, use the native apps for the devices. For Wahoo, that's the Element app. For Garmin, that's the Garmin Connect app. And use the Bluetooth connectivity. The only thing you have to do is make sure you download that GPX file at some point to your phone where you do have Wi-Fi connectivity or cell phone connectivity. But it's not going to be dependent on you to figure out which connectivity you have because the phone is automatically doing that for you. Thus, to summarize, the way to do this, go to Dirty Free Hub, go to the GPX link, download the link, save the file to your files folder, open that file in the files folder, share it to the Wahoo element or Garmin Connect element, and then sync it from the Garmin Connect or the Wahoo element to your bike computer. Enjoy.